Hello, beautiful people. Happy Friday, happy Venus Day, happy November, happy Scorpio season. We have made it through the opening of Ancestor season, Samhain, the new year, only to find out and reach a point in our time where we have 5 planets retrograde. 5. Jupiter, Mercury, and 3 more. All that to say, I have been feeling that energy intensely. I have seen that a lot of other people are feeling that energy intensely. And if you are a sensitive person, you, your children, your pets, your spaces may be feeling that energy intensely. So give yourself the extra support at this time. I had a day this week where I woke up and I was like, I felt like I had been run over by a truck. I was like, I cannot do this day. But I did the day, and I'm glad I did. So please just, if you are feeling it right now, literally know that you can and should blame the planets. Also, a beautiful thing about retrogrades is that they bring things back around to test us, to initiate us into a new level of our understanding, to show us where we still have to grow and learn, and to see if we have learned. So that also means that during retrogrades, sometimes people and situations from our past will come up to test us. And it's really important that you have that difference between response and react, between responding and reacting. So train yourself with stillness and meditation. That's how you control your emotions. That's how you regulate your nervous system. That's how you control your frequency. That's how you control your life. All that good stuff. So I wanted to do a quick poll today to just share some brief messages, hopefully full of juicy, liberatory goodness. So we're going to pull 3 cards and see what the cards have to say as we move forward in our day. All right. We are starting off strong with the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords has been coming out a lot in the readings that I've been doing. And the Queen of Swords is here to remind you of the power of being concise, the power of your voice, the power of your no, the power of the visceral self-expression that you have in not mincing your words, in not nicing things up, in not saying yes when you don't want to, in not being afraid to be perceived as aloof or bitchy or cold or detached, as long as you're maintaining your peace, maintaining your boundaries. Because when we do that, it's kind of like we allow our true nature and true voice to come out by allowing all that, that does not serve us, all that's outdated programming, conditioning, all that is the words of other people that we have absorbed to just fall by the wayside. What comes out is much more authentic, much more potent, much cleaner. So at this moment, maintaining your boundaries is going to be really powerful for you. And maybe it's a new expression for you. Also, finding a way to share your voice constantly is going to be of the utmost importance. Whether that's through writing, crafting, making art, singing, painting, find a way to express yourself. There's so much in the collective right now that needs to be expressed. There's so much that is being destroyed, and so that means that there's the energy for so much creation to happen. So please create. Please keep sharing your gifts, okay? The next card we have is the Hierophant. So this is interesting because the Hierophant, or the Pope, or the highest priest, can mean a lot of things, but it's really interesting. I just saw on Twitter, like literally yesterday, this beautiful photo and a memory that said, let's not forget that the Pope, when he died, took his entire private bank account and savings and gave it so that people who were recently released from prison could start their life over again. So it's really interesting because the Hierophant can speak to high levels of initiation, but also high levels of like law, like judges, courts, documents, certificates, some kind of court encounter or experience with the law, or these very prestigious institutions like the Vatican, or like high echelons of the church, or whatever the case may be. But it's interesting that I saw that photo and it's coming to mind now, because jumping from that to a story, I'm going to tell you guys a story. I used to live near this really cool shop that was owned by this really cool Muslim guy, and sometimes I would chat to him when I would go in his shop, and I would just like make copies there or send faxes or whatever. And one time I told him like, oh, there's this imam coming to this thing, you should come and meet him and stuff. And he looked me in my eyes and he spoke directly to my heart, and he was like, that's not a real imam. He was like, if anything, you're the real imam because of how you show up with your character in this community. And it really moved me to tears. And you know, God bless him wherever he is, and I hope that he's having a wonderful day and time and his family is safe and protected. But it's making me have this awareness and reminder that just because someone has the title or says something doesn't mean they are that thing. What makes them that thing is how other people see their energy, how they are perceived. And that's really powerful to remember at this point in time, because there are a lot of people who have a title of power, but who do not hold respect, regard, or good character in their communities. And that's what really matters. And so I think that this is speaking to a major overturn of power and a major spiritual shift. Maybe this is going to have to be private. Yikes. But seriously, it doesn't matter if you have a PhD. It doesn't matter what your title is. If you're not authentically showing up in that way that makes others, like how we make others feel is what lasts at the end of the day. And if you're not showing up in that way, or if there are people in your community or your life that are not showing up in that way, they don't deserve that title, even if they've earned it or bought it or whatever. And I think it's really important to remember, because there's going to be a lot of like shifting energy. And so it's this kind of thing where the person that you see like outside might actually be more like a priest or a healer than the person that you go and see like at a church or who's on the news or whatever. And it's really important that not only do you train your responses to be different and use your discernment, but that you teach your respects to be different. Also, make sure that you are just engaging in spiritual protection, because it's kind of like straight up spiritual warfare in these streets right now. So, you know what I mean? Like seriously. The third card that came out is the Seven of Wands. So I feel like, and this came up in a reading that I did yesterday, not this card, but this energy. And I didn't post it because it was just like really intense. But anyways, there's an energy that's coming forward of like, you have to fight for what you believe in at this time. Whether that's some kind of activist thing, whether that's in your interpersonal dynamics, whether that's in love, like you are being called to fight for it. And not fight for it necessarily like kickboxing. Fight for it emotionally, fight for it spiritually. Do not let negative thoughts bring you down. Do not let perceptions of others bring you down. If people are throwing dirt on your name, let them throw it and use it to plant basil, and then use the basil to make a floor wash. Like, it's the time where you cannot allow the expectations of others to set a precedent for how you're going to move in the world. You need to move differently now, there's also an energy of taking a moment to recognize what you've just come through, a cycle that's just completed, to recognize your status for yourself, to recognize the strength of character and courage that you have of yourself, to give yourself that respect that you deserve, and to show up like that, and to continue showing up like that. I love this tarot deck so much. This tarot deck, I feel like when I use it, it's a different vibe each and every time. All my decks have their own energy, you know. I love it. Okay, so we have the Three of Chalices coming out. And the Three of Chalices says that not only are you going to have a reason to celebrate soon, but you're going to have, like, you're going to be surrounded by good company. And I want you to feel that and embody that and believe that. And I saw that 111 pop up when I said that, just for further confirmation. It's important that you understand that, joy and grief can coexist. And it's important that you celebrate and find joy in your moments, in your day, in your time, in your experiences. Go out with friends. Do something fun. Consistently. And the Two of Cups. Ew. Union, romance, divine connection, soulmate energy, soup snakes, twin flames, all of that. This can be for some of you coming into direct collaboration or correlation with entities or energies or business partners that completely puts you on a different trajectory and changes your life. And for some of you, this is simply a beautiful unfolding in a love connection. The Two of Cups, as you can see, is this balanced union in any regard. It's this balanced union. It's this relationship that pours into each other. It's this high emotional intelligence. It's this frequency of pure love. And when you're talking about pure love, we're not only talking about romantic love or platonic love. And the reason I started talking about business, look at the sun coming out, is because sometimes you're vibrating at that frequency of such pure love in creating or in doing what you do, that you attract people who are also vibrating from that frequency, and together you can create even more beautiful, amazing things. Oop, I just got a little message about sometimes the groups that do that are doing that in the name of collective liberation. Take that as you will. I'm not dropping no names, but basically, congratulations. Okay. Animal deck, psychic oracle. Animal deck, psychic tarot oracle. One of each. Love is in the air. Apparently we're getting two of these. Oh, recognition and reward and accelerated motion. Okay, as I was saying, because some cycle has completed, because something is finished, this is just like confirmation of that message. And there's an energy here where it's important to remember that to a lot of people whose lives you have already touched, every single person who watches this, you already have that recognition and reward. People see you in a way and hold you with a regard and respect. And it's important to remember that if you're a parent, your children likely feel that way about you. It's important to remember that even if, you're not seeing your face on a billboard in New York City, that you understand that the recognition exists. But for some of you, your recognition is going to be literally catapulting to a different level. And so it's kind of like the experiences that you have had have taught you and prepared you for this next experience. So it's really It's really beautiful. And we have accelerated motion. So it's this kind of thing where things are gonna like snowball really, really fast for you. And you know, keep your heart open and go with the flow. Enjoy these experiences. Take the win. Take the W. Enjoy it. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the flow of new abundance. Enjoy this energy of accelerated motion. Why wouldn't you? And for the animal medicine cards, we have the moose. So the moose is one of these like kind of like king spirits of the forest. And the moose is like actually really graceful. It's like really huge and like really strong, but like it can move so fast and so precise. It can fight so beautifully, and there's a gracefulness. Oh no. Time for me to make a cup of tea. Excuse me. There's a gracefulness to it. There's something here. There's some kind of message that wants to come through with that energy of recognition and reward, and seeing the moose and knowing how so many people, when they hunt, they take the moose antlers and they like put it on their wall and stuff. For some of you, you could be like having a sinus and solar plexus and crown chakra like realignment that's happening, which could be also impacting your voice. It's like a clarity wanting to come through with you. Spend more time in the forest also. But there's something here, and there's something here where it's like when you see these like, it's interesting. It's like there's something here about, don't overlook like the magnificent energy of all it took to get you to this point, and of all the people, of all the experiences, of everything that has helped you get here. It's kind of like if you're going out to eat at a restaurant and you see like a moose head on the wall, like you might not be thinking about like the whole life cycle of that moose, like, but its presence is still impacting you. Its presence is reminding you of a certain stature, why do I keep saying this word status? There's something about that. It's like some of you are getting a different status. So, I don't know. There's something about, and stature. It's like there's a gracefulness, but irrefutable power in your presence, and the presence of the moose is here to like show up for you in that way and remind you of that. It's like you intimidate people. Your aura actually can be very intimidating, and there's something here where it's like when you see a moose in person, like sometimes people are always so shocked by the actual size of it. There's something where it's like the actual energy of your presence is, the magnitude is so large, like it's so strong and so powerful. And it's kind of this energy where it's like other people see that, but you don't even always see that. And it's like a little bit of a cosmic joke. So feel that. And also take note, if you see moose, that there is some kind of significance locking in or sinking in with this message when you see it. Take note of that. Also, we are coming to the close of the end of the year of the snake. We have gone through most of this year. I'm getting a phone call. Bye.